What is up everyone, my name's Al from GamesRip, and today we're going to be checking out the awesome Virtua Cop 2 for the Sega Dreamcast. That's right, this only got released in the Sega Game Pack, or the Sega Smash Pack in the US, and that is the only way you can basically play it. It was also released in Japan, I believe, on its own edition, but it never came to Europe, so I'm a bit gutted about that. But yeah, we've got our hands on it, and today we're going to be checking out Virtua Cop 2 for the Sega Dreamcast. Let's do this. So this is it, the AM2 arcade classic, helmed by Yu Suzuki. Now if you don't know who Yu Suzuki is, he helmed so many of Sega's arcade hits, including Outrun, Power Drift, and many, many more. The guy is an absolute genius. He produced this. That's right, Virtua Cop 2 was produced by Yu Suzuki. Now, if you don't know that name, you need to go and do some research, because that guy is God's gift to Sega. Now, the game obviously starts with the stage select screen. You got beginner, medium, expert. Obviously, we're going to look at each different one. Now, obviously, beginner really it's not easy. It's still an absolute challenge. If you know Virtua Cop, yeah, it starts you off slow, but it does get harder. It's not a real simple, easy game. You got to make sure to dodge the bullets. Now, as you can see, it does zoom in on each enemy as they come, but obviously making sure to not hit the bystanders, because they do get in the way and you will lose a life. Now, obviously, the thing to do is make sure the circle doesn't go red, because if it does, it means you're about to be shot. Now, the game's pretty diverse. It means you're going to go from different landscapes. You're going up, you're going down, you're going all over the place. Multi-directional on-the-rail shooter. Now, don't get me wrong, graphics are dated, being that this came out in 2000 on the Dreamcast. The game was 1995, so it was 5 years old by that point. But you wouldn't want to graphically change the game. We want the classic Virtua Cop 2 on the Dreamcast, and this is what we've got. Like I said, it did come out on the Japanese market as its own release, but that is the only territory where this happened. Everywhere else, well, I say everywhere else, the US, or North America, got the Sega Game Pack, and, that's where they got to play this game. Europe, though, unfortunately didn't get this game. Now, like I said, the game is a wild ride. You're now in a car. That's right, there is on-the-rails car action fun, and this happens on many different levels. You can obviously blow up the cars, because obviously, if you shoot out the tyres, they do actually start to wobble, and the point, where you can actually knock them off the road, which is really, really cool. Now, obviously, make sure to not hit the bystanders or the drivers sometimes, because, yeah, that will also cause you some issues. The other cool thing is you also get choice along the way, so it's not just a simple linear adventure, as it were. Okay, yeah, it's kind of, there's two paths to take, but that's cool. It gives a diverse route and gives you a choice of where you want to go. This was pretty kind of novel for that time period, so it's great to see it in a game from 1995 playing in 2000 on the Sega Dreamcast. And as you can see, the game runs like an absolute dream. Now, obviously, I'm just using the D-pad here, and it works really, really serviceable. I never thought that I'd play an on-the-rail shooter on a console, and it played that damn well. Now, obviously, I've played a couple of the Time Crisis games on the, bleaming them on the Sega Dreamcast, and they bleam pretty well, controls are pretty solid, but this is the best way to play an on-the-rail shooter game, because Virtua Cop, it's clearly made to work on this, and it was produced so damn well. Yu Suzuki, give him a hand. That's right, because it really does control that damn well. So yeah, the only difference really in levels is it's a difference in location, and it does get harder. Now, that is throwing more enemies at you, throwing more civilians in the way, so you actually do lose a life, and it is slightly sped up, and yet it really is kind of hard sometimes to get a real grip on where the enemies are coming from next. But they do come in quick succession, and, that is a challenge. But, at the end of the day, this game was built to basically eat quarters or eat, the 50p's that we used in the UK. And yeah, you can clearly see this. It works. I love it. Now, what I will say is, in most Sega games, they do kind of reference their own brand, as it were, because as you can see, it says Dreamcast Street right there. It's kind of breaking that fourth wall, and you can also see that they're kind of promoting Shenmue there. Shenmue, the awesome Sega Dreamcast game. Yeah, I love it when they do this. It's kind of fan service, but, I really do think that's cool. Now, it is a shame that it never made its way to the European market. This one was kind of just a US/Japanese affair, which is a shame. But obviously, the ways we can obviously play online now, and get hold of these kind of games, we can still play it today. The Dreamcast crowd are as big as they ever were, and growing. So go out, find a copy of Virtua Cop 2, and have some fun. Al signing out. You can now support the channel on patreon.com/GamesRip, as well as remember to like, comment and subscribe.